Good afternoon, everyone. Just going to give it a couple seconds, let everyone get filtered in here, and then we'll get started for today. Alrighty, I see that number jumping up, so let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for the live webinar, Optimize Your Maintenance. Before we get started, just want to extend a big thank you to ClickMaint for sponsoring this webinar. I'm Alex Retsky, Digital Marketing Coordinator for MRO, and I will be your moderator for this session. Before I pass it over to your speakers this morning, I'd like to take a moment to just go over a few housekeeping items. Firstly, this webinar is being recorded, so for any reason you have to leave early or you miss part of the presentation, a link to the recording will be emailed to all registrants in 24 hours. Secondly, the audience is in listen-only mode, so cameras and microphones will be turned off for you. However, the Q&A portion will be open for you to ask questions at the end. Now I'd like to introduce your speakers for today. First, we have JP Mariano. JP has extensive experiences in the asset management and CMMS software space. Since 2017, he has partnered with facility and maintenance professionals from SMBs to large enterprises, helping them find the best solutions to streamline operations and maximize efficiencies. Next, I'd like to introduce Lindsay Hawks. Lindsay has been working in the CMMS EAM space since 2018. He's helped hundreds of organizations implement CMMS EAM solutions to optimize their maintenance operations. In addition to ClickMaint, Lindsay has worked with great companies like Manager Plus, Aptura, Hippo CMS, and Limble. Lindsay currently resides in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thank you both for being here. I would like to pass it over to you guys for your presentation.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, as he said, my name is Lindsay. I'm an account executive with ClickMaint here. Very happy to be doing the webinar with you today. I spent about 6 years in the CMMS and EAM space, as he said, and I, mostly working with mid-size manufacturers. Really happy to show you what we have today. I'll pass it to you, JP.
Sounds good. Absolutely. Thanks, Lindsay and Alex. And like Lindsay, I'm an account executive here at ClickMaint. I've been working in the CMMS and asset management space for about several years now. And like Lindsay, working with various industries like Aptura, Manager Plus, Hippo, Aspen Technology, Limbo, and now ClickMaint. So we're going to kick things off with a short introduction of ClickMaint, just to let you know a little bit about our company and who we are. Then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the presentation and dive into the benefits, integrating mobile devices into your maintenance management workflow. This will then be followed by Lindsay doing a demo of ClickMaint mobile app and showing you real use cases of how CMMS mobile apps can improve productivity. We'll then wrap things up with sharing a special year-end offer and about 10 minutes of Q&A. So a few fun facts about ClickMaint. We're a Canadian company with our headquarters in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Most of our team members reside here, but we do have a few team members outside of Manitoba. Although we are a relatively new company, our leadership team has a lot of experience, having about 40 years combined experience working in the CMMS space. ClickMaint offers a full feature CMMS that is web-based and mobile, meaning our customers can access our software from any device that can be connected to the internet. We offer data hosting within Canada as well as US through Amazon Web Services. 46% of our customers are in manufacturing and food and beverage production, and 25% of our customers are based in Canada. ClickMaint is recognized for its ease of use, fast and simple implementation, and fast ROI and speed to value. We're super proud of our awards and accolades at the bottom you can see here that we picked up over the past year that acknowledges us for the ease of use, fast ROI, and high value. Excuse me. And I always like to show this slide as it emphasizes a challenge that ClickMaint addresses head on. Businesses are always under pressure to do more with less, get more done with fewer resources. I was going to repeat that again. Businesses are always under pressure to do more with less, get more done with fewer resources. ClickMaint CMMS empowers maintenance teams to do more with less. Our software helps improve efficiencies and productivity without breaking the bank and requiring a large capital investment and time to start seeing value. Now, here are 3 challenges that ClickMaint also addresses that many maintenance professionals face when using a CMMS software. And according to a large study survey done by Reliable Plan, they found that 6% of companies using a CMMS feel they use all the functionality they pay for. So that means about 94% feel they are paying for modules and features they don't use. And 39% feel that their users use their CMMS consistently. And also 61% or more struggle with implementations. They take too long and their CMMS is not configured to meet their operational needs. Now, ClickMate addresses these challenges by offering a CMMS that focuses on ease of use and implementation and offering an affordable solution. So yeah, that's what we're all about. Here on the next slide here, we have an example of a maintenance workflow that, Lindsay and I commonly see with maintenance professionals we speak with on a daily basis. We don't need to go through each step here, but key takeaways are maintenance processes and workflows are often involve a combination of printing work orders, manually updating software or CMMS, using spreadsheets, downtime is not being recorded or is, it's being done manually. Time to complete work is done manually. Updates and notifications are being done offline or not even generated. And metrics like maintenance costs, like mean time to repair or mean time between failures, are not being recorded or essentially not accurate. Now, here are some challenges maintenance teams face with this type of workflow. Data is manually entered and takes more time than needed. Again, we speak with a lot of maintenance professionals that this is a big part of their day, where they important data details get lost in translation and compromise data accuracy. Important metrics like downtime and labor time and costs are not calculated accurately. Technicians can't easily access important data on assets and parts when needed. And work takes longer than it should to complete due to not having information readily available. And to be honest, the list can go on and on. All of these challenges result in unreliable data, slower response times, and inefficient processes. Now, using your mobile device, phone or tablet, whether it's Android or Apple, to manage your maintenance activities can have a huge benefit for your maintenance team. It improves productivity, reduces equipment downtime from faster response times, data accuracy improves from real-time data collection and inputs, communication between team members and departments improves, and users can access critical information in the field instantly while working on maintenance activities. Now, your mobile device also offers plenty of unique features that are not available on your desktop CMMS. Some of these include QR code scanning, capturing images in real time from your camera, real-time push notifications for work orders and status changes, the ability to use voice to text. And this is big for a lot of maintenance technicians who work on the equipment. Your hands get dirty. So for folks that can't type or don't like typing, this is a huge time saver for some. There's also automatic timer to calculate labor time on jobs and tasks. And finally, access to important documents and files like manuals and drawings while on the field. All right, so now for the fun part. Lindsay's going to take it away with a demo of ClickMate CMMS and show you how using a mobile app can help streamline your maintenance operations. Lindsay, take it away.
All right. I'm just going to share my screen and get started. JP, is my screen coming through clearly?
Looks good to me.
Okay, perfect. So basically, we're going to focus on the mobile device today, but first I want to get everybody acquainted with the layout of ClickMate and just some of the features that we have here. You'll see our logo at the top here. The logo is 3 clicks, and our goal in this software is that everything should be within 3 clicks. So any action you want to do, anything you want to see, any report you want to bring up, you can get to it within 3 clicks. It's just part of our commitment to ease of use. And we've also done something important on both the mobile and desktop. Every single screen has the exact same layout. That way, if you learn one screen, you learn them all. So essentially, it's a trick to make it much easier to train our clients, much easier to adopt the software. On the desktop first, you've got your control panel on the left-hand side. This is a collapsible control panel. that you can access all the different modules with: requests, work orders, PMs, assets, locations, inventory, vendors, and your reports and KPIs. In the middle is a dashboard. Now, this dashboard could be multiple different views. It could be a widget view on the reporting screen, for example. It could be a calendar screen on the work orders page, for example, or it can be a list view, which is really common for us. Across the top are filters, view options, and in the top right-hand corner, this is where you have your action buttons, either creating a new work order or viewing valuable KPIs on that screen. I'm going to start you off in the asset screen, and then we'll go to a mobile demonstration here. So this is where I can have a list of all of my assets. And I'm just going to click on one of these assets. This is my pump number 1. I use it all the time for demonstrations. So it has some great data on it. You'll see information about the pump. It's a open field here. You also have photos and documents, details about it, make, manual, serial number, everything you want there, including vendors, parts tied to it, the parent asset, costing data. You can then roll down to the asset family. So I can see the pump has a parent and a child. Very good for reporting up and down that parent-child hierarchy. And then here's my work order history, including all of the ones that are either open or completed in the past. So I can see what's been done before. You see that I have a lot of data on this pump. I use it for demos all the time, but you can see spikes in when there's activity on it, and then these open or completed work orders down at the bottom. So in the past, without using a mobile device, maintenance technicians would have to print out their work orders, or maintenance planners would have to print out the work orders for the day. That's a thing of the past now. You'll notice that there's a QR code up here as well. So we can batch print these QR codes or help you. We put you in touch with a company that can do polymetallic QR codes as well. But let's just scan this QR code and see the options here from my mobile device. If you look at my mobile device here, got a scan QR code button at the bottom. I open this up and look at this. I can either put in a new work order, new request, or view the details depending on my permissions. Let's start by viewing the details, because I'm logged in on this mobile device as an admin. So I can view the details and look at this. All the same details come up about that pump. So the photos, the manual, the data, the asset family, the status, whether you want to put it up or down, if you have some downtime events, and the history are all at your fingertips on the mobile device. And look at that. I can see, I'm a technician. I walk up to this pump. I know there's a PM or a work order that's due on it. I simply scan that QR code and I can find that work order simply here. If I press on this, it opens up that work order. I can automatically, right away, let's change the status at the top to in progress. And let's start a timer. Now, when I start that timer, it's automatically timing me. I can see all the details about the work order, what I need to do. This is a preventive maintenance work order on pump number 1 in the production area, assigned to me, right? I see the due date here. I can go through my checklist of things to do, my lockout, tag out, ensure the pump has no leaks, et cetera, whatever the steps might be to complete my PM. I can come over to my cost and time page. And this is where, when I stop that timer, it'll automatically log my time. It's going to tell me I did 1 minute of work or less, but I'm just going to say, hey, this took me 1 hour, because let's get some real data here. I've got parts that I might need for that pump automatically queued up to come out of inventory. I can track other costs like invoices, and I can upload the actual PDFs of the receipts or photos here of the other costs. And then I can come to my comments page. Now, this comments page has a an open text here. Every single text field in Maint is open to speak to text, so there's no excuse for bad notes. So really easy to get my notes, and you see it's time stamped here. You know who made the comments on here. Let's go back to this cost and time page, and let's complete this work order, this PM. that's been completed. And I see the total cost for that work order here as well. Now, let's pretend that this pump had an issue. In the past, operators would have to go to a desktop and fill out a work request. Or maybe they're doing a manual process, like they're, phoning the supervisor, texting the supervisor. Maybe they're, going to a desktop and sending an email. That's a thing of the past now. You can have all of your operators as what's a role called a requester user. Now, these are free users that are allowed to just make requests. And when they scan this QR code, they can simply put in a new work request. So they won't be able to do a new work order or view the details. They'll just see this new request button. They hit that button. And this is our request portal. It's a customizable portal that allows you to fill out the fields appropriate for your business. So I've got some of the most popular fields up on my work request portal on my mobile device here. First one, let's attach a file. So I don't have a pump in my office here, but I have my favorite coffee mug. All right. My wife never gets it back. I use it every day, almost. All right. Now, let's give it a title. The pump is leaking. And again, these are hooked up to speak to text. On the left-hand side, it looks like this pump needs a new gasket. Please help. If the requester wants to receive updates about the work request, they can. You can give them the ability to prioritize it and give it a example needed by date. And maybe I want this done by today because it's leaking, it's creating a mess. Once we save that, on our desktop version, in the request portal, or in the request page, sorry, you'll see, look at that, the pump is leaking. There's a new request in the system. But also on the mobile device, the admin who's assigned to getting work requests will get a push notification, and they're going to be able to come in and approve, decline, or put it on hold. And again, on the desktop, they can approve, decline, or put it on hold, and they see all that information. Let's pretend that I am a manager out on the floor. Let's approve this work order. So now this is where I can do my edits. I can assign it out to somebody. I'm going to assign it to myself. I can make any notes or comments here. I can add a vendor if I want, or add a task list if I had a checklist template I wanted to use. Let's just save this. And that's a real work order in the system. So on my work orders page, you'll see in a moment, the pump is leaking is the first work order on the page here. And on my mobile device, if I'm assigned to it, I would have got a push notification again, and I see that this pump is leaking again. I can easily open this up, put it to in progress, start my timer if I want to make that a rule for my team, add my cost and time. So I'm not going to stop the timer yet. Let's just add a seal. I'm just going to hit the plus button. And look at this. I can find all my parts that are in stock and add them to my work order. Let's add some other costs this time. So I'm going to pretend like I need to go buy something. Maybe I need to go buy a gasket. So I hit other costs, hit the plus button. And I will say, needed to buy gasket. All right. I went to the hardware store and I purchased a new gasket for this pump. Again, speak to text anywhere. If you want to add an official vendor, you can. And then you can add your cost in whatever currency you'd like. Maybe this cost me $200. And then I can actually attach the file here. So on the fly, I'm at the hardware store and I want to attach the receipt. I can. I'm just going to hit attach file. And this time I'll use my my Ted Lasso sticker here I have as my example. So right from the work order, you can upload whatever types of attachments you'd like, save it. So that is a cost added to this work order here. You'll see the receipt attached, you'll see their notes, and you'll see the other costs. Let's stop that timer. And it gave me 2 minutes of time. I'll say it actually took me 2 hours for good data, and save it. I now come up, make my comments, my notes, etc. Like I said, everything is hooked up to speak to text. And let's now close this work order. Oh, and I've actually got a warning here because this asset was set to offline. You'll notice that on our work orders, all of them, or on our assets, all of them, you have the ability to set things to offline when you create a reactive work order. And that's going to start creating some downtime events for you. So you'll be able to create accurate mean time between failure, accurate mean time to repair, etc. So this asset is currently set to offline, right? And I could see all of the instances of offline. Let's turn this back online with a note and save it. And now this is going to allow me to complete this work order. There we go. That's a completed work order. So now I've done a preventive maintenance work order and a reactive work order right from my mobile device. I've scanned a QR code. I've added some photos. I have added comments with speak to text. These are all things that are going to speed up your process and make it more accurate, make it easier for your team to enter work orders and get good data. There are some other areas where I can use QR codes as well. One of them is inventory and parts. So if I were to notice something wrong and I wanted to go to my inventory shelf, let's just use this seal as an example. I can have photos of it, my min and max that will automatically notify you when you hit that min and max, bin areas that it's tied to, part numbers, part types, assets has been tied to, vendors you might get it from, and a lead time, a transaction history. And again, I've got that QR code here. Now, if I use my QR code button on my mobile app, I can actually subtract this from inventory and create a new work order with it already tied to it. So now I'm creating a work order with that part tied to it. And my work order is already on the page on my phone, but it just takes a minute to catch up with the casting software. And you can see I've already got that work order started with the part tied to it, and I can easily create the rest from there. So I think that concludes what I wanted to speak about for a mobile demo. JP, or sorry, what I want to talk to you now about is an offer that we're going to have before the end of the year here. So as we talked about earlier, this is relevant for anybody considering ClickMaint today. I just wanted to share this promo. Essentially, we're offering companies the opportunity to start using and implementing ClickMaint now and not having to pay until January 2025. This means you can start using and implementing ClickMaint now without having to pay. It also gives you some onboarding as well. So we're offering up to 45 days of onboarding at $0. That includes admin and end user training. We'll include some data imports and software configuration. The only time that fees might apply is if you have a really complicated maintenance history that you want to import, and you want to import maybe files from an existing CMMS. There might be some fees if that's the case, but a standard onboarding, we're actually doing the training and the imports for no charge, as well as billing you in January. This is a great offer if you have a limited budget and need a CMMS now, but maybe your fiscal year starts next year and you're on a budget, or maybe you want to start implementing now and pay later. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A, but before we do that, we're just going to share a little poll here if you want us to reach out to. And if you do, just hit yes or yes but no rush or no thanks, and then we'll happily reach out and give you the details of this offer. All right, let's get to the Q&A.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lindsay and JP, for that presentation. Really appreciate it. Yeah, let's just jump right into some questions here. Got the first one I'm seeing here is, how does ClickMaint licensing work?
Yeah, I can take that. Basically, we're a subscription-based software. So you're paying per user annually, typically. Customers can also pay month to month. We have a pricing calculator on our website. If you did want to go to clickmaint.com and check out our pricing, it's very simple. We've got one plan right now, and can you see my pricing page?
Yep.
It's just $35 per user USD, or in Canadian, it's 48. Just do the conversion there. You can also pay monthly. It goes up a few dollars. Obviously, it's more risk to us if you're going month to month, but it includes all of these different features, and you can get an instant price estimate from us as well. So you just fill in your info there, and it'll ask you a few more questions, and it'll give you a basic price estimate. Obviously, we're doing a bit of a promo, so we'll contact you directly for like a dollars and cents price for everything.
Gotcha. Okay, awesome. Got another one here. It says, does your software create QR codes? How do users create the QR codes and get them on the equipment?
Yeah, there are a few ways we can do that. So our software does create QR codes, or we can upload existing QR codes. Basically, to generate QR codes, we'd show you how to do it in our software. It's very simple. You can batch create them and batch print them. We can also make some suggestions for good like label printers and getting you some durable labels. We also have a label provider that we partner with, and we would put you in touch, or you can buy them through us. They're a polymetallic QR code that we would send you and instruct you how to upload them into and use them on our software.
Perfect. Awesome. Got another one here came through the chat, and it's asking, are you guys looking to partner with individuals in terms of distributing to other continents, example, Africa?
Yeah, we do have the ability to partner with us. Definitely contact us. We'd be happy to speak about that. I don't want to go into too many deep details right here. I don't have a partner agreement right in front of me. It's not my usual role. I don't handle partners, so I don't want to overspeak. But yes, that is available.
Perfect. Got another one here. It's asking, what type of implementation services do you provide? Do you have any on-site services?
Yeah, so the implementation we just spoke about with the offer, that is a remote implementation, and we can do that through Zoom. But we're also happy to do on-site implementations. So typically it's a 45 to 60-day period that we do implementations. Obviously, if it's on-site, it might take a little longer depending on schedules. If you have a lot of assets, and you don't have time to collect the asset data, we have our implementation services manager. He's got like an engineering background. He's done literally thousands of implementations with CMMS, and he would come out, tag your equipment, take down the relevant information, collect the data, input it all for you. It's really turnkey. It's a very, very turnkey solution. Or if you do it remote, we can use some import templates. Or if you have an existing CMMS, we're happy to take your data in the format of Excel or CSV.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Got another one here asking, can you migrate data from an existing CMMS software?
Yeah, the exact same process as I just discussed. So Excel or CSV, we're happy to take that data. We need to look at it, obviously, before we make any guarantees, but yes, we can. It's quite normal for a customer to want to upgrade and switch from an older CMMS, and we'll help you export it, and we'll help you import it via Excel or CSV. It's pretty easy to migrate.
Perfect. Awesome. Another one here, just a couple more. This one's asking, your software is cloud-based. Where are your data centers located?
So we use AWS, Amazon Web Services. Typically, well, you can have the data. I know that most of our clients here are Canadian today, I think, but we can hold that data in Canada or the US, up to you. Many of our Canadian customers prefer to host their data in Canada, so we can accommodate that. We can also keep your data in the US, just the closest Amazon server site.
Perfect. Awesome. And this is the last one in case, unless one comes in while we're answering this one. But this
Sure.
one's asking, what's the best way to get a demo?
Yeah, so you could certainly contact us, fill out our get demo form on our website. Yeah, we're happy to do a demo for you anytime. You'd either probably speak to me or JP. That's kind of our job. But leave us your contact info, email, phone number. We're happy to, or go to the website and fill out the get demo form. You could schedule time right on our calendars, and we could do a demo tailored to your business. We'd probably have like a few questions, and then roll into something that's very company specific for you.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for the webinar today. I just wanted to once again extend a thank you to ClickMaint for sponsoring this webinar. Also, just wanted to extend another thank you to JP and Lindsay once again for being here today and answering the audience's questions and giving that great presentation. Finally, just wanted to extend a thank you to the audience for your questions and participation. Watch your inboxes for a link to the recording from today's session. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.